Beep, 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 beep. Hey guys, it's Ihasnotomato here, and well, here we are. We're in between the last update and the next, except this time we know what the next update is. It's going to be the Pyro update after he won the war. But there's a small problem with that. The thing is, we know in this next update that, well, the Pyro's going to be changed. Possibly the way he's going to be played mechanically, as well as all of his weapons and stuff. And it kind of makes it difficult to, make Pyro videos, considering that, well, they might become completely irrelevant at some point. So what I thought we'd do is we would discuss what we predict / want to be in the Pyro update. And with me, I have my good friend, Erren.
How's it going?
Erren is, well, he plays a lot of TF2. Probably more than me. In fact, definitely more than me.
So much more. Too much more.
But he is actually a medic man, and a really damn good one at that, I'd say. He's a stand-up guy.
I'd like to think so. You'd think healing people would be an easy time, but it's really not.
So you might recognize Erren. He goes by Overlord on Steam. You probably see him in tons of my videos. We've done some commentary together and stuff like that. And of course, in series such as Ocarina of Time with Erren and Undertale with Erren, which it is coming back. It's just, it's hard. All right. There's all these behind the scenes things. Anyway, but today, of course, we are talking about the upcoming Pyro update. And for this particular episode, we're going to split up into multiple parts. We're going to talk about the weapons and weapons that we would like to see in the game and things like that. Now, I personally have already made a video on the weapons I would like to see in the game. You can check that out in the link in the description.
Should we put a link on, like, just here?
On the screen?
On the screen? These magic hands just pop up?
YouTube's changed the way that he does things like that.
Aww.
So, do you want me to animate hands coming up?
Do it now.
Oh, golly. All right, anyway. Yeah, and we just have a bit of background footage as well playing in the background that we recorded earlier on. Once again, you might see Erren in it. So yes, I've already made a video on the weapons I would like to see in the game, but personally, what I would actually really like to see, not just new Pyro weapons, but also a new weapon, at least one, for every class. And the reason for that is it has been like 2 years or something, possibly more, since the last time we've had new weapons to the game. And I think it's just like it'd be too much of a hog for Pyro to have all of them.
It was Christmas 2 years ago when it was the Quickie Bomb launcher.
The
Iron Bomber.
Iron Bomber.
There was another one. The Classic? Was that out at that time?
No,
was that earlier?
I think it was I want to say like the baby's face blaster.
No. That was backscatter.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Well, the backscatter's got achievements associated with it, so I don't remember. Erren's moved over to his computer. He's checking that. He has to know.
I've got to know, people.
But anyway, yeah. So I feel like
fucking Panic Attack.
Panic Attack. Oh yeah, the one that no one remembers or cares about. But yeah, so like me personally, I would like a new weapon for every single class, because the thing is, at this point, we've done everything. You know what I mean? So, like we've looked into all the different item sets and combinations and things that we can do and things like that. But and just the addition of one new weapon, I think, could just change everything. Now, don't get me wrong, I want Pyro to get like the most. Like I say, Pyro gets 3 or 4 weapons. Like 2 new flamethrowers, a new secondary, a new melee weapon. Even though personally, I don't really want him to get a new melee weapon because I think he's got enough personally. But I don't think she should hog them all. I definitely think that every class should have at least one. Like even if they're not crazy game changing, even if it's stat changes, just a weapon.
Yeah. Something like what they've done in the previous updates, where they'd have, like, example Uber update that had Monster Monday, where the Heavy and Spy got a couple of things. Timbuk Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
World War Wednesday. A couple of items here and there, and then they do the big.
The medic
they did the big medic thing, but in this case it would be the big Pyro thing.
It's funny actually, because the Uber update, the medic didn't even he only got 3 items.
Yeah, he did.
And everyone else only got 3 items. I feel like he should have got more, but yeah, that's exactly what I want. And that kind of brings me into another thing, which is daily update things, which I've talked about before, I think, a little bit, but I fucking love it. Like, you don't understand, because you weren't necessarily there. Like, you've seen bits of it, but back in the day, particularly if anyone's curious, look up the Sniper versus Spy update. That was the best one ever. Where each day they revealed a new thing. if you want to build hype for an update, that's how you fucking do it. You do a daily thing where it's like today they announced the Huntsman, and then they announced like the Razorback, and then surprise, the Spy, the Dead Ringer. You know what I mean? It was fucking amazing, and like that was day by day. I remember coming home from school and we're like, oh jeez. Anyway, but yeah, so like weapons for everyone. Like even like I say at least one. I would like multiples. I'd like sets, obviously, even if they're just stat changes, or like even better, you know, weapons that like just completely new,
new mechanics,
particularly for the Pyro.
But what new mechanics could you add for the Pyro? What kind of things could you add? Because as you mentioned in one of your previous videos, they added the air blast just so they could take it away.
That's what happened in the original Pyro update. Well, I mean, look, it's. The thing is, with like the class of Pyro, you think, you know, it is limited to just fire.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily believe that. Like, there's so much more potential there, I think, you know? Like, the Fumigator on the workshop, which I'll show on the screen right now, I just think, like, look at the potential for it, you know? Like, a gas.
That is a nice weapon.
And, like, that's the other thing. Like, with fire, there's so much more to explore with, like, gas and oil and things like that, you know?
Okay. All right. Flamethrower concept. Now, we all know, like, as far as weapons goes, we all know that, was it the Afterburner? That's been teased already.
In the
Gunmetal
update, I'll show a picture of that too. So I'm like 90% confident that the Afterburner, at least like the Flamethrower itself, is going to be in the next update because they've already teased it and shown it. I say that it's probably like in the game, they just haven't actually implemented it.
Yeah. They've probably thought about like
they
things
did that
they could do
with the Jag.
Did they?
Yeah, the Jag was in the game for like a year before they actually put it in the game.
Oh,
yeah. And everyone, like, they saw it, file name Jag, they're like, oh, what's this wrench gonna do? And then it came out and it was shit. But, you know, it was...
It's good now.
It's fantastic now, but...
but like, you know, Afterburner's been teased, guaranteed maybe 90% it's got to be in the game.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But if they put the Fumigator in, like, I like their idea of using gas because what you could do, for example, you use the gas and then you could...
It's like a pesticide.
Yeah. But you could use then your flare gun to ignite it and maybe the gas, or all the gas that's, you know, in that kind of cloud area will explode. A
lot of ideas that I get on my Pyro idea video, my Pyro weapons idea video, a lot of people say, you know, like something to like up, like oil that goes on the ground, you know, and create like an area denial thing. Like, I just think there's so much more potential. I really like the idea of a throwable item because I think as soon as they gave a throwable item to the scout, I'm like, well, fucking anyone can, you know. Give it to a Pyro. He has like an oil canister. You throw it on the ground or you throw it at a player or whatever. You can light it on fire at your will. Maybe the burn duration is longer or whatever have you.
It'd be cool if it left a trail as well. Like... because I mean, the mechanics are obviously.
Like I said, there's so much possibility, and then there's another thing that people bring up is like there are lots of downsides and upsides. I think that we could also play with, like increased burn duration, increased like burn over time damage.
Yeah.
And then on the negative, someone pointed this out, and once again in my video, which I really like the idea of like tampering with the Pyro's fire resistance.
Interesting. Making the Pyro less flame retardant.
Yeah. Because that's a mechanic that no one really thinks about.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that he's always had, but you could fiddle with that. Like, you could have a weapon that takes away the fire resistance, you know, and that's the downside. And that could be, like, really game-changing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way the Pyro is played could change from just that.
Well, then, yeah, it would be clearly, you know... I mean, Pyro versus Pyro already, if you don't have a shotgun, you're pretty much screwed.
Well...
well, I mean, it depends on how you play, of course, but the thing is, like, you know, if you take away your fire retardantness or maybe the ability to be set on fire, that increases the chance of other Pyros to, you know, damage you. And that's the thing I've always found with me personally playing Pyros when it comes to PvP or Pyro versus Pyro. That's something that you don't really think about. Like, when you've got the shotgun, you have an immediate advantage over your other Pyro because if they have like the flare gun or something, they're going to be doing significantly less damage than you at a slower output. Yeah. I mean, obviously it depends on how you play Pyro, but you know, you start off with that advantage. So taking away the flame resistance, it's gonna be really good, actually.
Well, exactly, you know, and it will make you like. I like this idea of having a weapon that will change the way you think. You know, like in the sense of which that, like, you know, you take away the flame resistance, suddenly you think twice about fighting on Pyros, you know, like more than you did before. I know that like it's actually a general consensus, actually, particularly for new players, that they don't like fighting over Pyros because they always lose. I remember I was like that. Now I always win because
You're so skilled.
I'm so skilled. Oh my goodness. no, but I do think that would be like an interesting like thing, and it would give people like also maybe a bit more confidence if they're new players and they can actually start taking down these Pyros because they have less fire resistance. You know, that was an interesting thing actually. Did you know that there was another scrapped weapon for the item for the spy? It was a fire retardant suit.
Yes, no, I did know that. There was also a repair node for the engineer that was scrapped as well.
Yeah.
But like, well, the problem with that is because it took away the dispenser. Or something.
It encouraged turtling and stuff.
Yeah.
Which with the engineer update, which was coming out, the whole idea of it was to make it so he would be actually viable for offense. Because he wasn't at all.
Yeah. But, I mean, you couldn't even hold before then.
And I'm not saying though, like, and then like coming back to new weapons for other classes and stuff. Look, listen, I want a big weapon for each class as well. You know what I mean? I don't just want like a new pistol that does more damage and fires less. You know what I mean? I want, like, for instance...
That's already a thing. Winger.
See, I hate the winger. I don't know. It's such a pointless side grade to me. So pointless.
It helps with, like, I mean, it gives you jump height, which is interesting. But...
Whatever.
It's a side grade. It's not...
That whole set is to give you crazy jumps. I realised the other night. I don't use any of the weapons from the thingy. So yeah, I want a weapon for each guy. So I want like a new scatter gun for the scout. I don't want a new rocket launcher for the soldier.
He's got too many.
He has too many. I want a new secondary for the soldier. I want like a specific like shotgun for him or something. Because he doesn't have one. He deserves one.
Maybe something else. Maybe not a shotgun, but maybe because I bought a book on weapons recently. Maybe he gets like a. I mean, it might be encroaching too much into Counter-Strike territory, but maybe he gets like an SMG or a machine gun.
Well, the sniper's got an SMG.
Yeah, I know the sniper's got an SMG.
Yeah, more rapid fire.
Yeah, maybe the soldier gets a more rapid fire one.
Yeah, maybe. I think people have suggested that before.
It would be interesting because, you know, back in the day, machine guns and especially handheld ones were very popular. I can't name any off the top of my head, but you know they were like some of them were really, really well designed. Yeah, he's got too many rocket launchers.
Yeah, he has 8 unique rocket launchers, and I say that unique meaning that they do different things. For Pyro, obviously, I want personally, I want at least 2 flamethrowers.
Yeah,
at least
two new flamethrowers would be awesome because. He doesn't have a lot of options at the moment. It's either fire or stock. Like
exactly. Well, that's my whole point of my video is that they have a whole mechanic, air blast, right? Which there's so much that can be done with it. You know, so much that can be explored with air blasting, and they just don't. Literally every single flamethrower other than the stock hinders your air blast in some way.
Alright, let's move down the row. Demo Man?
New grenade launchers personally. I'd like to
see. He doesn't need any more swords. He's got too many swords.
He has I think he's got the most melee weapons, or like usable ones.
He's got 3 shields, and I think that's a good number for the moment.
3 shields?
Yeah, he's got the Charge and Targe,
Splendid Screen,
and the Titana.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah, I like the Titana, it's fun.
I do too, actually.
But yeah, maybe a new grenade launcher.
Yeah, grenade launcher.
Fix the lock and load.
Yep. Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. Obviously heavy. Just everything.
Yeah.
I knew everything.
And do something like, maybe another option to help other players instead of health. Like, I mean,
like Uncle Dane's.
Yeah, Uncle Dane had the idea of like the heavy giving ammo, and someone actually made that in the workshop. It's really cool.
Yeah. So it's a really interesting like alternative for a secondary.
Yeah. So, but it allows him to have more bullets and things like that. But it's versatile. So maybe something like that.
I would also like him to have a shotgun that's worth using.
Yes.
Basically, I think the main thing is Because this is the general consensus with heavy. You run stock, sandwich, grew. I personally disagree because I really like KGB because I think it's very underappreciated considering what it can do.
Oh yeah.
It's guaranteed crits for like
and you can
10
swap
seconds.
weapons with it. Normally, when
Exactly.
you get guaranteed crits, it's usually with that one weapon.
Exactly. Like people, the thing is, like that's the number one thing is that people believe heavy is too slow, as it would happen, and Gru helps with that. A lot.
Yeah.
And I agree, but maybe he should just have a different weapon that also gives him more speed. But yeah, people really just do not use any different kind of secondary other than sandwich. They're like both of his shotguns, all three of his shotguns are completely unviable. I say all three, I mean stock, panic attack, and his stupid family business that sucks dick. I want more viable options, and I think there's an argument to be made with the miniguns. Personally, I see a lot of people using Tommy Slab and a lot of new players using Brass Beast, and some people even using Who Don't Heat It. I think
I've seen a few Natashas around lately.
Yeah, but I think like sandwich is just the default. And no one uses anything else. I know. I saw you using the Dalicus bar the other day.
I don't know why the fuck I was using the Dalicus bar. I don't know why.
We were playing TF2, and like he threw. I'm like, yo man, can you help me out? Like, yeah, he throws me his secondary, and it's a fucking chocolate bar. So I only get half my health back. I'm like, dude, like what's this?
I don't know. It was a weird day for me.
Hey guys, it's Ihasnotomato. If you have any of your own ideas that you'd like to share, please leave a comment because I'll be reading them and probably even replying to them. I try and read and reply to as many comments as I can. And also we might be doing a final bonus episode reading your guys' suggestions or things that you might like to see in the Pyro update coming up. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.